Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is RJ. So today we're dropping back in on Townstar. Now there's been a big update, and with big updates come big changes, so keep watching. Okay, and welcome to another video. And remember, if this is your first time visiting my channel and you want to learn more about how to earn cryptocurrency for free, about cloud mining sites, crypto investments and lots of other crypto related stuff, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to tag that notification bell so you're alerted to all my latest content as it comes online. Okay, so as you can see, we are here in Townstar, and like I said in the intro, there has been a big announcement, and with that has come big changes, and these changes could alter the entire way you play the game. But before we get into that, this video is sponsored by Seacows. Seacows is a one-stop platform for play-to-earn gamers to maximize their play-to-earn returns, and you'll be hearing more about Seacows later on in the video. Okay, so this new update from Townstar does cover a lot of different aspects of the game, including gameplay, and also going into how we used to play and how we're probably going to be playing in the future. But to get you guys relaxed, chilled out and ready for it, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lead with all the bad news. So I figured that if we do that, that anything after that surely is a positive and we can all be happy about it. So basically, started from the beginning, and I know this is going to disappoint a lot of you. Basically, Gala have come out and said that there will not be a competition starting right away. So there is not a competition today. So for those of you that, got your builds optimized and all ready and sorted, unfortunately, you're going to have to put them on hold because it's just not happening. They're saying once these changes have been in effect for 2 weeks and we all have had a chance to work towards those final builds, we'll take community feedback on what may need further adjusting. We love hearing from you and are excited to see what you have to say. So be ready to fill out that feedback form. Now, I'm not sure how many of you caught what happened with the last feedback form, but a couple of days ago, they obviously put out a link to a feedback form asking for you guys to put official sort of bug reports in and issues and stuff like that that you're getting from the development server. And for those people that did actually submit a feedback form, they were all rewarded with an extra $20 worth of Gala into their account. Now, because now you guys are aware of this, and probably everybody else is now aware of what happened, I'm thinking that they're going to get a lot more feedback forms sent into them. So I think it's going to go one of two ways. One, there is a possibility that you will get a reward, but it might be a bit lower. It could be $10, it could be $5. Or Gala will simply come out and say that they've had so many forms sent in that they just simply cannot reward everybody, so they're not going to reward anybody. But we'll have to see. I do think that at the end of the day, Townstar and Gala need the feedback from the members, from us, those people that are actually playing and picking up on these issues. And therefore, to get people to do that in an official feedback form manner, I do think that it is good to incentivize us, to give us something to make us go and click on that form and fill it out, and at the end of the day, if that, and then everybody's a winner. They get what they need, which is the feedback, and then we get a little extra for putting that feedback form in and taking the time to do it. So the next thing that you're probably wondering is, when are these updates going to be added to the servers? Well, from today at 5 p.m. UTC time, so that's 5 p.m. no matter what city or country you reside in, there is going to be a reset. So the whole servers, all the servers are to be reset at 5 p.m. They will then come back online at 6 p.m. again UTC time, so that's 6 p.m. no matter where you reside. And at that point, these updates will be added to all servers, as far as I know. That is when it's happening, 6 p.m. All servers will have these updates. So then Gala go on to speak briefly about how the game used to work and how it's going to be working in the future. They basically say that when Townstar originally was released, it was made to be a fast-paced weekly race, and its biggest hurdles were starting strong. Once those first few struggles were overcome, though, the game quickly moves into top-tier crafts and end-stage builds. The way the game is played has evolved over time, yet few changes have been made to the core values that it is based on. Since Townstar has now expanded to become a monthly game, it is about time we took a look at changing these fundamentals of the game to fit the month-long model. Now, so basically what I'm taking from this is that they're going to essentially, certain aspects of the game, the sort of latter aspects of the game, they are going to be slowing down in some way. And my only worry with this is that if essentially they're applying a month-long model to the whole game, as in all servers, well, how is that going to affect people in the weekly games? They then go on to say, notably changes will include craft time updates, different requirements to craft things, so be prepared to play around, rebalance those old layouts. We expect that the process of starting a town will become faster, easier, while expanding into full and final builds will become more challenging. Reaching those top tier goods should feel like an accomplishment, and this rebalancing of the flow of the game is intended to create that sense of success through progressive difficulty. So I like the fact that they've basically, by the sound of it, they're going to make it easier for everybody to start off. So, when we do our rushes, whether it be a wool rush, a sugar rush, grapes, whatever, by the sounds of what they're saying, that is going to be quicker to build cash. And at the end of the day, money, especially at the beginning of this game, is absolutely paramount, because you need that to then move on to the next stage of your build. You need that to sort of start building other aspects of your town. Now, the only thing that worries me in this bit of that we've just written or just read is basically talking about how they're making it more challenging to move into the latter aspects of building that town. So to get to your final build, I like, in a sense, the idea of making it more challenging. The only problem is that this could, in a sense, create a larger divide between accounts that have NFTs and skins and those that don't. I mean, the last thing I want is to end up seeing at the end of the week that you've got people that don't have NFTs, that are not necessarily so up with how to build a quick and productive town, that you could have some of these people by the end of the week, they might not have even completed their build. And like I say, the fact that NFTs give us a boost and skins give a boost to productivity is essentially going to allow people, especially that have got a lot of NFTs, to jump over this problem, to essentially, navigate around this problem, because they're going to be able to push through it a lot faster. And like I say, it could just get to the point where, if you don't have NFTs, you're going to be struggling. And without wanting to sound too corny, that does lead me into a quick message from our sponsors. Seacows gather multi-chain data from play-to-earn games such as Townstars, Vox and MyPairHooligans, tracking the best performing in-game NFT assets. They focus entirely on play-to-earn games, track the most valuable NFTs and support games from all chains. Since it's not always easy to know which NFTs to buy to suit your needs and budget, you can check out all existing in-game NFTs in games such as Townstars and easily identify their prices, daily rewards and their self-calculated price performance to make the best investment decisions. Sea Cows are adding more and more collections week by week. Check them out and join their Discord community by following the link in the description. Sea Cows is still a new startup that is actively improving their product to help P2E gamers not only track but manage and rent their NFTs. Thanks again to Sea Cows for sponsoring this video. Gala then go on to say, we've addressed the in-game money flow by decreasing common early game costs while increasing many late game costs and wages, adjusting some of the earnings stroke stars from selling many goods. The hope is that finances start out easier than they currently are, but become more integral part of the game and may require some thought and balance as you grow into those advanced builds. Okay, so the way this is going to break down, we can see it if we look at the provided Google sheet that they gave us. So in the first column, obviously in the very first column, you've got all the items or vehicles, buildings, whatever. Next column, you've got cost. So that is the cost of building that item. So an ATV used to be, or is at the moment, 50,000. When the updates kick in, it's going to be 75,000. Then the next column is going to be what is required to build that item. So it used to be for an ATV 5 of everything. It used to be 5 wood, 5 lumber, 5 energy. That is now going up to 10 wood, 10 lumber and 10 energy. And then obviously as we go down the list, certain things have not been changed. So feed mill, that has not been changed. Chromium, the getting of chromium, loggers. I mean, loggers, that's a nice one because a logger, which helps speed the collection of wood up and things like that, that used to be 250k or 250,000. That is now dropped down to 75,000. So that's great. That's a real bonus. But as we go down, some other things like so a power plant, that's 250. It used to be 100,000. They haven't put that in, but a power plant was 100,000. It's now 250k, and instead of 5 wood, it's going to take 10 wood, 10 lumber, and 10 energy. So the same as the ATV, that's been bumped up. Refineries doesn't give a price, so the price might be the same, but instead of being 5 wood, it's going to be 10 wood, and so on and so on. So if you guys want to get your hands on this Google Docs, what you can do is come along to our Discord, go into the Townstar announcements section, and you can download this Google Docs straight from there if you wish to go over it a bit more and get an idea of how things are going to work, what's changed, what's not changed, what's going to cost more, what's going to cost less. All that kind of stuff. Pop along to our Discord and you can get that with no problem. I might actually put the link as well direct into there's a scripts download section. I might just put the link direct in there and you can just get it from there as well. Okay, so let's move on. So, like I say, I like the idea of it. You know, obviously it's a strategy game anyway. And by increasing and decreasing those aspects of the game, it is going to make you have to plan your build a lot better and, you know, think more. Make sure that you're keeping an eye on your bank. You've got to keep an eye on how much you're spending on wages for your workers and things like that. So I really do like the sort of concept of what they're trying to put out there. But like I say, the fact that you've got people, myself included, obviously I don't have a lot, but people that have NFTs are essentially going to have, in my opinion, an even bigger advantage over accounts that don't have NFTs, because, you know, like I said earlier, having those NFTs and having skins, you know, it boosts productivity. So therefore, you know, things that they are slowing down, our NFTs and skins will essentially speed back up to a point. But we'll also have the advantage of things costing less at the beginning. Yes, later on, things like wages and stuff like that are going to be more, but by the time we get to that point, we probably would have more sitting in our banks than those people that don't have those advantages. And that is my biggest worry with this move, is that essentially it's just going to make it even more difficult for people with no NFTs and lower accounts to be competitive in this game. I mean, obviously they've introduced the top 1,000 earnings in the competition now, in the weekly competitions, which is absolutely excellent. But this actually could sort of negate that benefit, you know, because like of the reasons I've just given. So, you know, obviously we'll have to see it in practice, and we are going to have 2 weeks on the with this on the servers, and then we can, you know, we can then give our feedback. So, you know, what would be absolutely brilliant is if you guys, if you're not already members, become a member of my Discord. And especially those of you that don't have NFTs, get yourself into that Townstar chat on my Discord. Let us know what your results are. Let us know how you're getting on. Compare it to your old build. So if you were, say, being able to complete your build in, let's say, 8 hours, maybe 16 hours, tell us what you are now completing your builds in. And then those people like myself that have got skins, that have got some NFTs, we can look at, right, okay, so how long is that taking us now? And we can see if that divide is getting bigger. But like I say, you know, and then at the end of that 2 weeks, I can submit all that into that, into the feedback form. You can as well. At the end of the day, you might as well, if it possibly could put a little extra Gala in your account, make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're clicking on that feedback form and you are filling it out. Just give your observations. Just say, you know, this is what I found. And obviously, if you come up with any bugs, also put them in. But this is the only way we're going to get Gala to see if there is a major problem or a even bigger divide between non-NFTs and NFTs accounts, is by submitting this information into the form. And like I say, if you put your findings into the Discord chat on my server, I can also add that into my form so they can see it. Okay, so on a final thing, and this is really good. This is really good for everybody. I really like this. So when you go into a blank square, so when you go into your town for the very first time, in fact, let's just quickly do this. Okay, so you're probably wondering why I felt that I needed to bring you to a new tile to explain this. It's basically because we're going to be talking about trees, but we're going to be talking about trees and then we're going to be talking about trees. So I wanted to make it obvious exactly what was going on, and I didn't want to have any confusion. We're employing a lumberjack just to give us a bit of a hand with this. So this is something that it was an official announcement, but it did not appear in the main announcement that we've just been through. And I wanted to show you this and share this with you because I don't think everybody picked up on this, but for me, it's actually a massive update. I think this is absolutely brilliant that Gala are doing this, and I think it is really going to change how, and even possibly the tiles that people start choosing. Forest and plains could suddenly start becoming a lot more popular, but obviously usually people that pick desert are desert experts, so it might not really affect anything. Anyway, so the update was essentially about wild trees. Now, wild trees are trees that grow naturally or are already here and grow naturally on your tiles. So like with a forest, you can see there's all these trees here. On the plains, there's, I think, is it 4 or 5 trees you've got there. Anyway, right now, if we pick or click on this tree, that is going to tell us it's going to take around about 13 minutes to grow. Okay? If we plant a tree farm just there, that is going to take about 20 seconds, 19, 20 seconds, right? So the update is that they are changing how quickly wild trees grow. So basically, instead of being tens of minutes, and obviously if you're in a near a building, that's like hours. If you're near a silo, that's like, I mean, what is that? That's like hours upon hours. So basically an optimal tree like this, an optimal wild tree, is now only going to take 1 minute and 30 seconds to grow. A tree farm takes about 20 to 30 seconds depending, but that means that all these wild trees are actually only going to be about a minute slower. Yeah, they're only going to be about a minute slower than what this is. So that means that if you move into a forest, possibly, well, it will obviously be the same thing for a plains, but for a plains, because you don't get a whole lot of trees, you might still have to plant some tree farms. But with a forest, essentially, you can just build and build and build, and not worry about planting tree farms for quite some time. If you're doing uniforms, obviously you will need to plant tree farms because you need that extra speed to get those that wood in with the sheep and to create lumber. But in certain builds, you might not actually need to plant tree farms because your wild trees are going to be growing back so much faster than they did normally, or they have done in the past. So like I say, it was just something I wanted to add in to the end of this video and share that with you. I personally think that is a really good update. I think it's going to help a lot of people, but it does mean that, like I say, things like forest tiles might suddenly start becoming very, very popular. And even, people that use planes might no longer use planes, because there is a big advantage, I think, in having these wild trees growing that much faster to supply your town early on. Anyway, like I say, I just wanted to bring that to you. So I'm going to leave that there. I hope you found it interesting and informative. And if you are interested in that earlier playlist I talked about, it's probably on your screen right now. So get clicking and get watching. And if you could smash that like button, it really supports my channel, which then helps me bring more content to you. So take care, have a great rest of your week, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.